I just want to make sure let's get weird. I mean, just so y'all can put the whole experience of what I'm talking about. So you have this weird 40-year-old Black woman watching exclusive Asian dramas for the last 20 years. Okay, everyone, this is a good drama if you could just ignore everything that doesn't make sense. It's escapism. That's what it is. It's escapism. It's not meant to be some serious business. It's an escape. It's just like reading a book.
Do you find Chinese drama has more attractive actors?
Yeah, totally. It's about preference. So this is funny. I hope this is okay, but we'll go into another community that I was part of, which is the Asian men, Black women community, AMBW. There's variations.
I learned this from Sam.
What's the community about? Is it like Black women who likes Asian men?
Yeah, and Asian men who like Black women or are not opposed to dating Black women.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to Stella and Amy's podcast. This is Amy.
Hi, everyone. This is Stella. So today we have a special guest, Sam. So Sam is actually a co-worker of mine, but we're not here to talk about our 9-to-5 job today. We're going to talk about something very different.
Something fun.
So Sam and I got to know each other about 3 years ago when I joined my current job. During our first meet, we already started to talk about C-drama.
Chinese drama.
Which is Chinese drama. And at the time, Sam was watching a C-drama, and it is called A Journey to Love.
Yeah, I love that one.
But I was very confused. I was like, what is it? I've never heard about it. So I Googled it, and it turns out to be 一念关生, if our audience still remembers it. So the C-drama, 一念关生, the English translation of it is A Journey to Love. And I remember I made fun of it. And I was like, a journey to love? No, it's a journey to death because everyone in that show died at the end. That was one of the first conversations Sam and I had. And it was about C-drama.
And I felt bad because I was like, one of the things that I'm always very conscious about is the whole, oh my gosh, she's only talking to me about C-drama because I'm Chinese and I don't even watch C-drama. And I'm like, assuming you watch it, just I did copious amounts of it. And I'm like, we're all watching it, but to be fair, I would talk to anyone about C-drama. Like there is not a person in my life that I have not tried to get to watch C-drama, so to be fair, I lead with that on all conversations.
No, I enjoyed our conversations about C-drama, although I don't watch a lot of C-drama these days, but it was always fun talking to you. And I have been thinking of bringing Sam to our podcast for over 2 years, and we're now finally doing it.
I'm happy to be here. I'm really excited to really talk about this and see what rabbit holes we go down and see how weird we can make it for everyone.
So before we start, how do we know Sam is a real deal for C-drama? How do you go by introducing yourself or tell people, hey, I'm an insider of C-drama?
It's weird. Okay, so I'm going to talk about the evolution of my Asian drama really quickly. So this is a 20-year journey. I have not watched American TV for at least 20 years.
Wow.
I really dislike American TV because, it became reality TV and then it became just reboots of stuff I saw when I was younger. And then, the plots were not any better. So I'm just like, I want to have something that's a little bit more plot driven or something I haven't seen before. So I started with anime. I was exclusively watching anime for a number of years.
Japanese anime?
Mm-hmm. Japanese anime, Code Geass, Full Metal Alchemist, all of those guys, Naruto, all of that stuff. Then I went over to K-drama. Mm-hmm. But now I really like swords and fighting, as you know, Stella. Just so y'all know, I hope you find my ignorance flattering and not offensive. So I'm going to be very general about what I'm saying. And there's, of course, outliers. And there's, of course, things that I'm probably going to miss. But I'm going to speak very generally. And generally, when I was watching K-drama, it started to get more and more westernized.
Do you mean like their lifestyle in the drama and the drama, like the plot creation start to get more and more westernized.
Yeah, even the words, like every randomly English would just, appear. And I'm like, if I wanted to watch English, I'd watch this, I want to be fully immersed in the experience. So it kept throwing me off. And then so we had less and less historical dramas in the K-drama section, right? So I'm being very general, but that's what I found. So I ran out of dramas, essentially. So I was like, well, that's not going to be good. And I really don't like modern dramas at the time. So I was like, no, I need swords. So then I went over to Chinese drama. And then I went over to Chinese drama where I have copious amounts of historical drama. And so I don't get tired. I have consumed so much and it just keeps coming every week. And I'm just so excited every week. Like it's a new thing. So that's my evolution. So then for the last, I'll say 10 years, I've been exclusively Chinese drama.
Exclusively historical drama or no?
So since I've met Stella, Stella told me, and this made much sense. So I'm learning Mandarin right now, and it's because of your podcast that I'm learning it. Stella had me listen to an episode with the young guy. And I was like, he was a young Black guy who was just like speaking Chinese and talking about this. And I was just like, well, I can do it too. So for the audience who can't see me, I'm a Black woman. I just want to make sure let's get weird. I mean, just so y'all can put the whole experience of what I'm talking about. So you have this weird 40-year-old Black woman watching exclusive Asian dramas for the last 20 years. So that podcast kind of made me feel like I can do it too. I'm going to try it. So I started to learn Mandarin and I was talking to Stella about it. And she was like, well, historical dramas are probably not what you want to watch because that's a different.
You don't want to talk like that.
Yeah, I was like, no one talks like that in real life.
So I'm going to blame Stella for everything that comes after this, which is I think, a descent into vertical dramas.
Mm-hmm.
So now I do, oh my gosh, you guys, it's really addictive. If you haven't watched a vertical drama, don't start.
Yeah.
It's super addictive. I used to drive to work and now I'm like, no, you drive. My daughter can drive and then I'll watch dramas on the way to work. And what's so bad about the vertical dramas that I watch now is like if you all watch them, the plot's the same. Mm. It's like the same plot, different actors. And I know it's coming. I know like, oh, she's being a green tea, this green tea thing's about to happen. And she's going to drop the hot tea on her fans. And next after that, someone's going into the pool, and I can tell like this is what's coming, but I have to watch it,
Yeah. And just for the audience, vertical drama is 短剧.
Yeah, shorts.
Yeah, shorts. It's not just you. Everyone is very addicted to shorts these days.
Oh, good. I'm glad to hear it. Because I was like, I need to really do something about myself.
There are millions like you.
Oh, good. Because the YouTube comments, I know, so I looked through the YouTube comments. So first, let me start here. I had a subscription, and I'm going to mess this up, to Aichi. Did I mess it up? How do you say it?
Aichi.
iQIYI.
Yeah.
So I had a subscription to iQIYI. So I started there with my vertical dramas. And I got addicted because you could do bullet comments. So I was like commenting all the time and watching the drama.
In English?
Yeah. I sometimes in Chinese, like I'm trying to do better with my Chinese. So I would sometimes, write it, simplified Chinese. But it was really simple.
Let's pause there. Is bullet comments exclusively Chinese thing?
I think it's exclusively an Asian thing because I know it also exists in Japan. I don't know about South Korea, but I believe it's not just China.
Yeah, it's such a weird thing. 弹幕, right?
Right. Yeah, 弹幕. But it was a new thing to you, right, Sam?
Oh, yeah, totally. I was like, oh. And you can read other people's, bullet comments too. So I'm just like, oh, and I'm laughing because like people are getting outrageous.
Yes, those are really funny.
And so now I'm just having fun and watching verticals. And then I ran out of verticals because I watched them all.
How can you run out of verticals? Verticals are massive production.
Okay, so let me also say everything I watch is romance related. So I'm a romance author. I love romance, but I'm the least romantic person you'll ever meet. So it's so weird that I really enjoy watching the romance tropes. So when you put that restriction on there that is heterosexual romance, you know, then you run out quick.
I'm sure there's still a lot of dramas and verticals that you haven't watched. I'll share my list with you.
So then I went to YouTube. So then IGE, you know, they only have so much, right? So after I finished watching all of their stuff, I went over to YouTube. It was like, this is a treasure trove of verticals. So then I started watching like all those. So I'm kind of running out on YouTube now too. Because like the hour before I got on the call with you guys, that's what I was doing. I was trying to find some verticals. And it took me an hour. It's like, I've seen that one. So like, and every day I'm on there, like, what's new? What just came out, you know? And I'm like, it's very weird. And it's weird because I don't have a lot of time. You know, like I run a company outside of working 9 to 5. I also have a company.
Yeah, Sam is a busy woman.
Yeah. So how do I find time? I don't sleep. So I just watch verticals instead of sleep.
Let's dial back a little bit. What was the first C-drama you watched?
The first modern K-drama I watched, it was a gender bender where it was a gender bender. It was a swap with, I can't say his name. I'm not going to even try it, but he's a hottie. I can't remember. I tell you what, it was historical.
Oh, it was?
It was historical because I didn't go over to modern until I met you. And you were like, nobody talks like, because I'm like, how come I can't learn the language? And you're like, no one talks like that.
There was one time when I tried to recommend a modern drama to Sam. And Sam was like, is there killing in this drama? I was like, yes. And Sam asked, do they kill use gun or sword? I was like, oh, gun. And Sam like, no, that's not my type. So Sam watched exclusively C-dramas with killing with swords. That's the type of C-drama that Sam watches.
What I love about the historical drama is the clothing. It's so elegant. It's so elegant. And how everything, like, you know, the embroidery and how everything has a purpose and a reason. The dragon robe, the phoenix crown, you know, the reds it's just such a delight to look at. Just to see the different colors and to see the different textures and to see the headpieces. I think my head would roll, but the headpieces are gorgeous. And, you know, just everything about that time I find really, really just attractive.
What about the fighting part?
I have no idea. You know, like I can't pinpoint it. So I had Josh, I forced him to watch Journey to Love.
Josh is also a coworker of ours.
So I forced Josh to watch Journey of Love with me. And he was like, Stella's laughing because, you know, he's the most analytical person. You have to suspend reality when you watch a fantasy drama. You can't take any of it serious. People are flying around you.
Just for context, Josh is our data engineer. I remember when he watched that episode and he was like, this does not make sense at all.
You have to suspend reality. You know, it's so funny because I read the comments, even though they're not bullet comments on the YouTube videos, people still make pretty funny comments in the comment section on YouTube videos. And so I'm reading some of the comments and they're just like, okay, everyone, this is a good drama if you could just ignore everything that doesn't make sense. It's escapism. That's what it is. It's escapism. It's not meant to be some serious business. It's an escape. It's just like reading a book. It's your way to escape from reality. And maybe that's what I like about the swords. You know, it's so far removed from our reality. You know, no one's carrying around swords anymore and flying through trees and, you know, jumping higher than mountains. You know, like no one's doing that.
Do you think people are actually flying through trees?
No, I don't think so.
Because I have people who told me, oh yeah, in the old days, people are actually flying through trees. I'm like, no, nobody flies through trees.
No. So I should also say, like, I also do I'm very much I do Tai Chi. I'm, you know, very much a spiritual person in the way of the energy and things like that. I really enjoyed the idea of it all, and how you use energy and things like that to move around, but I don't think it's the reality.
So I don't watch that much C-drama anymore, especially the historical ones. Partly because the fighting scene, in my opinion, used to be a lot better because people really fight. Like Michelle Yeoh and a lot of other actors and actresses in that era, they actually fight and they fight well. But nowadays with the younger people and they have pretty faces but they don't really know how to fight. So do you judge on that, or it doesn't matter as long as there's sword involved?
So I should say, I just recently started realizing my age, and this is how I realized it, because you made a point about the younger faces and the pretty faces, and now I realized I can't watch drama if you are not at least 30. So, like one of the main characters has to be in their 30s. It's getting weird now to see these younger, like 20s.
No wonder you run out really fast. As you tell us about your preference, your criteria is very strict.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I think most historical dramas have the leading actor and actresses below 30.
Mm-hmm. And most of them, but not all of them, most of the time, sometimes you can get the male lead that's over 30 and the female lead isn't. So at least one person needs to not look like one of my children. So, that's the thing. It's getting weird. Because mind you, I have romance. I wrote romance tropes. And so it's getting weird now. To your point, Amy, people are aging out of the more rigorous roles. They're starting to really more of the modern roles, so they don't have to do all of the running and jumping. And the older you get, the higher risk it is, and it's like hours and hours and hours of reporting. So I don't have so many dramas anymore, like you said. Then if I start going down that spiral of looking up people's ages, it really gets weird.
Tell me a couple of guys who look old enough.
Oh, I'm glad you asked. I have a couple of guys. So the guy who played on Journey to Love, right?
Liu Yuning.
Yep. And then there is Hanszhang.
Zhang Han.
Oh, he's so freaking hot. Oh my gosh.
Really? Oh, so is Zhang Han your favorite?
He's my favorite, not actor, but looking at. I like to look at him.
Oh.
He just recently did a historical drama called Fateful Love with Susie, I think.
It's not showing in the Wikipedia carousel or whatever because it's too new.
Of course, you have to go to MyDramaList, MDL, MyDramaList.
MyDramaList. Oh.
Yeah, Fateful Love is Liu Guangyin.
Ah, okay. So MyDramaList is the website that people outside Asia or outside China follows for C-drama?
Well, I don't know about people, but I do. So that's like my source of truth. If I want to know what's coming, like if I go to his page, it'll tell me what he has coming out. And I'm like, that one. So I start like bookmarking and waiting patiently for the dramas to come out, which is always a bad idea because they'll be like 2026 and then it's like 2030 when it comes out. I'm like,
How fast is the turnaround? Because I used to watch anime and J-drama, and the turnover is like 1 hour after it's available, it will be translated into Chinese.
They don't put them out until they're translated fully.
So how long?
Yeah, so you might see, one of the reasons we see dramas later, I think, is because they have to find someone to translate them. So the drama would already be out in China and we won't see it for months, maybe even a year.
A month?
Yeah, before it comes to another platform where they have more like Western or consumers. Because from what I researched, it's because someone back before AI, people were trying to do the manual translation, and that's pretty hefty for like a 40 episode, 1 hour long each drama.
And also Sam mentioned iQIYI, but Sam uses the overseas version of iQIYI, which is different from the one that we use in mainland China.
Now you should have them instantly because AI can translate them.
Oh, which is why I'm trying to learn Mandarin, because the subtitles are so terrible. It's not even funny.
Now they're not giving the effort.
Yeah, even I know that's not right. You know, and I'm like, okay, Philadelphia, really? You know, like someone's like,
oh, really?
Yeah.
Philadelphia in the historical drama subtitle?
Yeah, exactly. Making up names. And I'm just like, nobody's named John Doe. It's just like it's so blatantly bad. You know, like I'm just like, that's enough of this.
You type of audience are not getting enough respect from from the production.
Doggone it. That's right. Who do I write to? I need to send a letter. So those are the types of things that I think we, as people from in the West, go through to watch Asian dramas. We have to put up with bad subtitles and maybe not always following the plot as closely because we don't know what's really being said. So sometimes we're thinking I found now that I'm learning a little bit of Mandarin, I can hear like, that's not what they said at all. You know, like how many of these dramas have I been misled about? So now I'm really like questioning my existence of dramas and the translations that come with it. So I've even gone to now, so like they have the translation on some of the dramas have translation on the screen, right? And then I will activate the AI drama just to compare. Because like, and so now I have like 2 sets of subtitles plus the simplified Chinese. Lots going on. And I'm trying to take it all in, right? And really escape in this drama. So it becomes more and more challenging. And it's to the point now, though, I've watched those tropes. Like I said, I'm still in verticals right now that I know what's about to happen. So I'm like, I was telling you, Stella, like I'm getting really good at anticipating the words because I know like this is the scene, you know? And I've really gotten excited about saying scumbag. That's been therapeutic because I've been watching some of the tropes that are just like been with him for years and left with his mistress and his white moonlight. Is that really a thing or is that a bad translation?
White moonlight, is that a thing in English?
You translated it.
Yeah, that's the translate. But I don't know if that's really, is this like
白月光?
Yeah.
Like first love type of thing?
First love type of thing. So I've been watching a lot of those where they leave for the first love. I'm like, what a scumbag. And I've really been therapeutic with that. So
I'm looking at MyDramaList. There are actually like Korean dramas and also Japanese dramas on here. And there's also communities up there. They have groups, forums.
It's a whole deal.
Is Reddit a thing for your community?
I don't use Reddit, but I know there's Reddit out there, I'm sure. I use MyDramaList exclusively for looking up dramas and following actors. And there's like a lot of different communities out there. It's really strange.
My mom watched C-drama, almost exclusively historical C-drama at this point. And my husband watches a lot of anime and a lot of Chinese anime. And one time I realized they were like in the same home but different floor. One time I realized they were watching the same thing.
Which one was it?
I forgot. It's the one on Netflix.
Oh, is it the one, Stella, you were trying to tell me to watch and I still haven't watched it?
So sometimes the community actually overlap.
The one I tried to tell Sam about is 逐欲. I don't know the English translation of it. Is it Pursuit of Jade?
Yeah, Pursuit of Jade.
That one is really popular.
Yeah, and I know Amy's mom was also watching it.
Yeah, she already finished when I recommended to her. I almost sound stupid. When I was like, oh, did you watch 逐欲? And she's like, yeah, I just finished.
Yeah. I heard this one got very popular abroad, like outside China. But Sam didn't watch it. Sam was already deep in verticals at that time.
I can't get out of it. I'm just really disappointed in myself.
You said you don't like American drama anymore. And you do pay attention to the actors. Do you find Chinese drama has more attractive actors?
Yeah, totally. It's about preference. So it's, I guess, about, so this is funny. I hope this is okay, but we'll go into like another community that I was part of, which is the Asian men, Black women community, AMBW. There's variations.
I learned this from Sam.
What's the community about? Is it like Black women who likes Asian men?
Yeah, and Asian men who like Black women or are not opposed to dating Black women.
Okay.
And they have variations. There's Asian men, white women. There's a number of different variations of that. And sometimes the letters are interchangeable. So, but I met my best friend on this group. She and I were in a Facebook group. This was years ago. So about 10 years ago, we were really heavily in this group, and you would not believe the craziness. Like, I'm sure you guys know, like, there's been women who will go, I'm going to get my Korean bae or my China bae, you know, they go to China and they think they're going to find love, you know. It's like, no, you're not. You're not going to. So China is very insular, right? You're not going to, it's not going to be what you think it is. Mm-hmm. My last boyfriend was Chinese. He was a Chinese doctor in New York. And we found each other from the Asian man, Black woman group. Mm. And it's so weird because I have been watching Chinese dramas for years, but I found he did not like Chinese dramas. And he was just like, I almost offended that I did. And I'm like, well, it's not for you. I'm not doing this for you. I generally love these dramas. And he was like Will and Grace all the way. Yeah, General Hospital. Like, he's not going to, you can catch him on regular channel, not on any kind of streaming network.
Your ex-boyfriend, he grew up in the US, right?
Yes, he's a second generation. So his mom doesn't speak any English, and he does.
Yeah. I hope this is okay to share because Sam and I talked about her ex a little bit offline.
Yeah.
I felt like this person had some identity crisis about being Chinese in the US.
Yeah. You find that a lot in these groups. It goes both ways. So it's like an identity crisis. Some of the Black women had identity crisis. They thought they were Korean or Chinese. You know, you could see them wearing, you know, Chinese culture and things like that, which is fine. That's what you want to do. I'm not judging anyone. But I feel like you can be who you are and still appreciate someone else's culture. Like, you don't have to
downplay it.
Yeah. I've been dating Asian men. That was my first boyfriend. His name was Fudasong. I think he was Vietnamese. Fudasong. That was 5th grade. I've always been interested in Asian men, so I'm not doing it. I've never been someone who's just like, oh, I watched a bunch of Asian drama and now I like Asian men, but I've always been attracted to Asian men. So that's just my preference. We have to respect the other side of the story, like, you know, Asian men who don't like Black women. There's lots of men who don't like Black women, but that's their preference, and that's totally fine. But it gets me, it's what I saw in those groups. I saw more Asian men with like cornrows and rappers and really kind of more appropriation of Black culture than being themselves and then saying, I'm interested in Black women. So oddly enough, my ex was one of the ones who had his own identity issues, but it was not appropriating one side or other.
Yeah, I think it's actually quite common in older second-generation Chinese in the US.
Yeah, people who are 40s and 50s, yeah.
Right, it's quite common that they, because of their past experience, they kind of like refuse to be Chinese in some sense. But I think it's definitely much better these days. Like younger second generation Chinese Americans, very few. I don't want to see none, but I think very few of them are having this type of identity crisis.
Yeah, and I found it different because that was the first time I came across it. Because like usually it's the other way around where they're appropriating Black culture. So, and in which I don't even know how I feel about that, you know, because it's like, hey, I am a doctorate level, you're a rapper, you know what I mean? Why do you think these? I wouldn't date anyone like that. So it's just like it's a weird dynamic you can grow out of very quickly. Because just like with everything, the male-female ratio in that community is very, 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 very high for women.
What's the ratio?
Oh, I'd say like 5 to 1, maybe even more.
Oh, like 5 women to 1 man.
Yeah.
It shows a very tough community to be in, yeah.
I like to be difficult. But I'll say that I'm not someone who's exclusively dating anyone. I don't exclusively date Asian men, or I date anyone I'm attracted to, but it just so happens like I know it is a lower chance to come across someone who has a preference to date Black women organically than it is just to go into one of the communities and say, oh, you know, what's going on here.
Have you dated non-Asian men?
Oh, yeah. I date everyone. I'll date anyone who I'm attracted to. I've been watching Asian dramas for 20 years, and in 20 years, I've dated white guys, black guys, Asian guys. It goes back to what I was saying before. Like, I can respect the culture.
Yeah, so you watch so many C-drama. When you date Asian men in real life, are they up to expectations?
Men are men, no matter who you are, okay?
They are better in the drama. It doesn't matter what kind of drama you watch.
So the other thing that I think is really important for women, and this is something I struggle with Black women in these groups, and this is another one, I think, reasons why I ended up phasing out, is because they took that fantasy as reality. You know what I mean? It's not reality. They even look at China from a scope of a TV show. Now, I've never been to China and I want to go to China, but I'm fully aware it's not like I see on TV. It's kind of like when people who come to America to go to Hollywood. Have you been to Hollywood Boulevard? It's trash. You know what I mean? Like, it's the most it's like, wow, why are people coming here? It's the same thing with LA. I've been to New York, and I will never live there. Never. I mean, the roaches and the rats and you know what I mean? And it's just like, this should not be. And then like the streets and the living conditions, you have to really make a lot of money to have a nice place. And like, I'm like, no way, Jose. But people, I think they fantasize about going to, even here in the Westerns, in the United States, people fantasize about moving from Midwest to Hollywood or New York or one of these glam states, San Francisco's. And they get there, and I don't know what they're thinking, but I know what I thought was, this is trash. I'm totally fine being in Arizona. Like, I love my palm trees.
And 120 degree during summer?
Yeah, right. That's so bad. But, I'm from the Midwest, so it's kind of too, like, I've been in the negative 25. So same, one extreme to the other. You stay in the house. But I'd rather have that than be in New York or Washington, D.C. These places are just like nothing like the movies. So I think about that and I'm like, well, China is nothing like this show, I'm sure. This show is glammed up and it's not the reality. So, but lots of women, in some of these groups, they believe this is the reality of the culture. And I'm like, no, this is escapism. This is fun time. This is something that you should take with a grain of salt. You aren't going to see a bunch of men in makeup, power suits, and CEOs, people bowing to them and them making these outrageous comments all over the place. You're not going to see that happening. And I almost believe from conversations I've had with some of the women that they do believe that.
Oh, what's the age group of those people, of those women? Are they younger women?
It's a wide range. I was in my 30s when I was more active. Like, I was super active. I did a national thing, like a national get-together.
Oh, there was a national get-together?
Yeah, I was super active. And I always thought, like these two groups, like Chinese and Black people, have more in common than we do less in common as far as being minorities and having that whole expectation of what your race is supposed to be. Like, I talked to my ex about this a lot because he fit the mold. He's a doctor. You say, Chinese, and I'm a lawyer, And so I'm like, what's this about? I think the only reason you're dating me is because I'm a lawyer. So you can say it from a doctor and a lawyer. But he talked about how we, as a group, we used to talk about how my Chinese had that whole superior minority complex for everyone else, where they are expected to be the best minority. That's the stereotypical. I'm just being very general. Of course, I don't believe either way, but I'm like, those are the stereotypes that are attached to us. We both have very polar, very constricting, very dense stereotypes attached to us, and we both experience the stress and all of the things that come with that. So we have like a lot more in common, but we're so polar. We don't exist on the same level organically, right? So I always thought that was very strange. All the minorities, I think Asian and Black people are probably the ones that never really come together in a romantic way. I I read a lot of studies and stuff like that because I was just so interested in what is the dynamic between these two cultures and what makes them drift so far away. There wasn't really anything that pointed to it because it more talked about like intersectionality for Black women, being Black and a woman. The intersectionality on this one study I did was like 0 compared to white women, white men, Black men. Black women are seen as like another study of a popular online dating app. And they were saying that a high percentage, I want to say 80 or more of people, men who come onto their app automatically exclude Black women. And it's men in general. It's not Chinese men, it's white, it's Black men, white men, all the men, and they automatically exclude Black women. I see that Black women are now really starting to date outside of our race because we're to that point now where we don't have a choice. It's either sink or swim. And that's just what the numbers, that's statistically proven. We're a very small minority, but we have the largest number of Black men in jails. So another study that I read, people like me who are more high achieving, upper middle class, we have an even harder time finding compatible people to talk to. I've been single for a long time and I don't plan on not being single, but you either stay single or you date outside of your race. And I've done both. And I can tell you guys, all men are the same. All men are the same. So for me, the experience that I had with all my exes that have been Asian have been different because like when I was younger, when I grew up, Fuda-san in 5th grade, he was more Black than I was. He was more stereotypical, I should say, Black than I was. So Fuda-san, I don't know if he's still alive, but he was like dangerous at 5th grade. He was in an urban community. And that's the other thing too about my ex from years, like my last ex, he also grew up in an urban community. So I think too, it's like where you grow up, you know, if you have been exposed to a lot of Black people and you are sort of like, that's the minority, Black and Asian or Black and Hispanic or whatever the case may be, then you become your environment, right? You become used to that. Your preferences change. Everything starts to change. And then there was this another guy named Andy Chin that I dated, and when I was in middle school, so he was not like Fuda-san, so he wasn't dangerous at all. He was in an urban community. His preferences, I think, became what his environment was. But I think all of them, especially my last boyfriend who I dated at the doctor, I don't think that they would end up with a Black woman.
It's okay to date Black women, but they don't plan to marry a Black woman.
Well, I can say that the 3 men that I dated, they did not. But I've only dated like 10 people in my whole life. So in my whole life, maybe 7 people in my whole life. So 3 is a significant number for Sam. I can say like, I don't feel like their parents would be for that at all.
There seems to be quite a stereotype among older generation towards Black people. Yeah, since this is like our podcast, and I think Sam would be totally understanding about that. I have like friends, parents, they are like, you're 34, just find someone. Yeah, it's okay if he doesn't speak Chinese, but just as long as he's not Black.
Yeah.
Yeah, we will have like parents saying that. They can accept anyone who speaks non-Chinese, and that's fine. But they still have that stereotype they don't want to go past.
Yeah.
White's okay, Hispanic's okay, but you can't go, that's just not okay. Black was not okay. And I've always been like fascinated by that. And I'll say this, like it wasn't easy for my family to accept either. So it's both ways.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you mean like your family would find it weird that you date Asian men?
We're dating each other, so I really don't care what everyone else says. So I'm very strong-willed in that respect. So if someone, and this happened where people are like, why are you so into Asian guys? I'm like, why aren't you? You know what I mean? Like, I'm kind of an asshole like that where I will not at all, not even a little bit, deal with that. And so people, even if they feel like that, they don't say it in front of me.
Because they already know you.
Yeah, they know me and they know like Sam will leave the room and we won't hear from her for like 2 years because you've offended her. Like that's how strong I am about you should not at all ever, judge a person by the color. That's trivial to me. So why should that be a part of my equation on whether or not I'm attracted to you? That's trivial to me. But you have more culture rich races and ethnicities, that really does matter to them because they're more insular. So it's really weird for you to date outside of your race, especially if you're in China or something like that. But I don't know. I just never let that bother me. And I just do whatever I want to anyway with life. So that's kind of my philosophy.
Yeah, so for women in the Black women, Asian men community, do most of them watch Asian drama or watch C-drama?
Oh, that's what I'm saying, like all of them.
So I just want to clarify, like most of them got into this community because of the drama, not because they dated or know some Asian men in real life.
Mm-hmm. Most were there to meet the guys from TV, which never happened.
How big was the group? This was 10 years ago, right?
This was 10 years ago, so it's probably grown, but this is nationwide. There's little buckets across the nation for these different groups. We have chapters and everything. It's really interesting.
Wow. Do you think C-drama has become more popular over the last 10 years or less popular in the US?
To be honest, I think it's been less popular. So when COVID hit, it was really bad. I think we had really bad relationships from America to China, and I think that reflected a lot of different ways. Again, not for me. I've been top 1%. I don't intend on dropping. But just to be honest, I think that nasty period did probably take people away from C-dramas.
Really? I thought that made people more curious. Maybe I'm wrong.
It depends on what group you're talking about, too. Maybe that's another thing. So like I said, there's one that's for white women, too. So I of course.
Oh, white women, Asian men?
Asian men. That one has a lot of people. So the male to female ratio on that one is not as bad. And the people, and so what I did when I was back in the day, I would go to their Facebook groups and just look at the people in the group, right?
Wait, how can you get into the group? You're not qualified in any way.
I don't qualify at all. It was an open group. It was a public group. So you could see the members. And I would just go look at the members, right? And I'm like, well, all these guys don't look nothing. It's like night and day.
Do they get better quality Asian men in that group?
Yeah, they do. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to offend anyone. And I'm being very general, and just as my perspective only.
Just a fair observation, yeah.
No offensive taken.
The quality of men in the Asian men, white women groups far exceeded the quality of men in the Asian men, Black women group.
Do they look better?
No, see, I'm telling you, like they had cornrows. Like you have Chinese guys with cornrows and Korean guys with cornrows and braids and, you know, and tattoos on their faces and, you know, their necks and like they're rappers and producers and, you know, all these things. And I'm just like, you guys. And then you had like...
That's a huge mismatch.
It is a huge mismatch. Huge. And then like I'm looking at this other group and they had like, and some of the guys were in both groups.
Mm-hmm.
So they were like, we're going to cross-pollinate. So they were in both groups.
What kind of guy are those?
The guys that were in, I'll tell you who wasn't in, the ones with the tattoos on their face, they were solely in our, I didn't find them like in the groups that I was looking at that were Asian men, white women. But again, I think some of those guys I know were down south, you know, so it's just kind of like, I think they grew up in an urban environment. They just became what they saw around them, their environment. And that was the folks who would be willing to say, I'll date a Black woman openly. But they on the Asian men, white women one boards, you know, you had these really like geeky looking guys. I'm like, well, you're probably making a lot more money than that guy over there. Yeah, you saw that. And I think that for a while, I'm going to be honest with you, for a while I was kind of offended. And I'm like, well, that's pretty shitty of you. So, because for me, it's kind of like, you've now said you're willing to date outside of your race. So now you just say, I won't date Black women. Because it's no longer the race card, right? Because you're in this Asian men, white woman group. But I had really a come to Jesus myself, or I don't know, aha moment where it's just like, you know what? That's their preference and that's okay. People have their preferences and you just have to respect that. Like their preference is to date. If they're going to date outside their race, they're attracted to this type of woman, and that's okay. Because I'm not attracted to everyone.
Yeah, I think very few, but some of my friends are like the people you said, like they will have cornrow. They are really, really into rap culture and they rap.
Mm-hmm.
And they think one of the ways to get even more immersed is to date a Black woman because that makes them more Black.
Yeah, it's true.
And it's almost funny, especially Asian men who never lived in America, when they think about Black culture, all they think about is the hood culture, the urban group. But there are all these other Black people groups inside America that they're not aware of, but all they know is, oh, I want to be a rapper and I'm very, very drawn to this Black culture.
Yeah. And it's really strange because you have Black persuasion in all of the cultures. So you see BTS and the dance moves and in the pop culture and their dance moves. That's a Black appropriation of dancing. So I'm always like, this is so strange how, and again, no offense taken, but like people can take some things, leave the other. And I think it goes back to that coming to Jesus that I had myself was like, well, that's just their preference. That's just what they prefer to do. And that's okay. Because for a while, I was really upset. I don't know if upset was, I was just like, well, why?
Yeah, because the more you analyze the situation, the more you see the lack of supply and demand for yourself.
Exactly.
Are most of them second generation Asian male in the US?
Yeah, second or third. And I'm going to be honest, they were scumbags. Because a lot of them were dating like multiple girls in the group.
Ooh.
Oh, drama.
We got some watermelon. Yeah, we got some watermelon. So I know one girl who went down to meet the guy and he had 2 girls from the group there already, you know?
Oh.
And so it was like 3. And I said, so what are you going to do? And I'm talking to the other girl and she goes, well, I don't know because I was here first. I said, well, you sound ridiculous.
Oh, wow.
Gosh. Sounds like a storyline from the Verticals.
Yes, there was so much tea. I mean, we had girls stealing boyfriends and oh my gosh, and they weren't high quality. So I'm like, it's just like, what are y'all doing? So the guy that I dated from there, he was like a really sought after guy because here he is. He's a good looking guy and he's a doctor. He wasn't, So I remember reaching out to him and I'm like, I'm going to reach out to him. And I was like, I'm going to shoot my shot. I'm going to take a try. I'm just going to reach out to him. Mind you, I'm sure like 15, 20 other girls were also reaching out to him at the same time or more because it was like the ratio. Mm-hmm. Again, I really do believe the fact that I'm a lawyer and he's a doctor was the only reason I got a reply. And I felt like when I talk to Asian guys, I do have to leave with my credentials before everything else. Back to what you were saying, Amy, because the stereotype is strong. Like they don't know, like there are educated Black women who can go head to head with anyone. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of like you have to lead with that. Like you have to, and that I don't even want to say it's Asian men. I feel like it's everyone. Like I always feel like I have to get rid of the stereotypes before anything else. Like before I engage with someone, it's like first let me clear all the stereotypes. So the way I look, the way I dress, the way I talk, the way I walk, all of those things need to be clearing those stereotypes right away.
Who's like the goddess in your group? Because I know like people who are really into Black culture, Asian men, especially when I talk to them, their goddess is Rihanna.
Mm-hmm. Rihanna. Yeah. Beyonce. Yeah. People who look like that. Not to go into a history lesson, but there's always been in America, the dark-skinned women versus light-skinned women. You all ever heard of that before? No. So one of the reasons I love Oprah so much is because she's a dark-skinned woman who broke all traditions and became one of the best. She was heavy-set and dark-skinned, heavy-set at times, and dark-skinned, and broke all the traditions because for a long time with media, you only saw light-skinned, long-haired women.
Oprah was the first.
Mm-hmm. And a lot of times that goes back to slavery, where light-skinned women and men were able to be in the house and be slaves in the house because they were closer to white people as far as skin color is concerned. And they could be tolerated more than dark-skinned people. So darker-skinned people would have to go out and to pick cotton and things like that, and they weren't allowed to be in the house. So this is American culture, right? American Black culture. And I feel like that still was innate in a lot of different ways, where people still are more comfortable with light-skinned, long-haired women and versus dark-skinned people who look like Sam, regular women. So we still have that within our own culture, and I think too within the mainstream culture.
Or even within like Black community.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Within the Black community, there's still preference. And it's gotten a lot better, obviously. But I think it's still got that, we still have remnants of that. We prefer a lighter skinned woman over a darker skinned woman. That I think is still the same for even folks who are second generation. I think, probably experienced that in the urban community as well. So they tend to go that way as well. And this is me making some generalizations because I'm only Sam and not anyone else, but these are my supposition. It's always historically, at least for me, being a dark-skinned woman, I have a light-skinned sister who is less educated and less successful, but she has more people attracted to her than I've ever had in my whole entire life. So I felt that dynamic before putting two of us together, before we were even on a path of success, just growing up, putting us two together, I felt that people always say, oh, she's so pretty. And I'm like, well, I'm pretty too.
Yeah.
So you have to believe that for yourself. That's why I don't care to. That's why I'm okay with dating whoever I want to, because like growing up, I had to be okay with myself because I was ridiculed by my own culture a lot growing up. I was called darky and things like that. This is people who I went to school with, and I went to school in an urban community, and they would call me darky.
Who are also Black?
Yeah, who are also Black. Other Black people were calling me this. Black boys and girls were calling me darky and things like that because I'm dark skinned.
Yeah.
So I've experienced that before.
Yeah, don't you see the same thing in C-drama or like Chinese culture? Like we still like lighter skin. Even when we have children and kids, when they are too dark, your family will point it out, wow, you're dark.
Especially in historical dramas.
Yes. And I don't know if the subtitles are right or not, but I've seen content where they would say stuff about this person being dark. Like, oh, you're dark.
My mom was so worried my son is going to be dark.
Oh, really?
When I was young, I was made fun of because my skin tone back then was darker. When we speak of Asian men, is it really like any men in Asia or just specific region in Asia for the group?
Oh, for the group, I don't know.
Oh, does it include India?
Yeah, East Asia versus India, like Middle East versus Southeast Asia.
Yeah. So it were some Indian men in there, and they did not get a lot of attention. But to be fair, I have some Indian friends, and they are like, no, they won't even date white women. So it's just kind of like, they're like, one of my good friends is Bangladesh, and she has a daughter who's growing up. And I remember saying, oh, no, she has to marry a Bengal. And it's like, oh, okay. And then I was like, well, what if she doesn't? And she goes, oh, no, that's not an option. You know what I mean? It was really, I think, more secular. So it was really the secular, what's out in front groups that got the most attention. So Chinese, Koreans were Korean men were like the top notch of the group,
Oh, so Korean over Chinese and Japanese.
For others, not for me.
Okay, for others. How about Chinese and Japanese?
Yeah, what's the overall rank in that group?
Japanese was not in there.
Oh, that makes sense. Japanese they are not willing to date outside their race.
I remember there being, oh my gosh, a lot of women going after the Korean guys. And this was when BTS was just like at its peak, right? So it was all about, and I don't know how many, Korean bae was a thing. Like it was a whole phrase. And I was like, oh my God.
But like Korean actors, they didn't look like Korean bae until recent years. Like in the early 2000s, they were much bigger, more muscular. They're not as feminine as now.
Yeah. That's very true. On all sides, though. I look back to like 2017, because I think in 2010 is my first Korean drama, and in Hunging Bean, which I'm totally messing.
Shenbin.
Okay.
he did that. That was my first Korean drama, was with him and a girl who I love. She's an actress I love. They had a gender swap. It was a gender swap drama. So it was really a great drama, but he was the first feminine looking Korean I can remember seeing.
Really? He's feminine looking to you?
Compared to other actors in that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, compared to BTS, I mean, come on now.
Well, BTS was later, right?
Yeah.
I think he's still quite masculine. And he's a big guy.
He's a pretty guy. He's very pretty. So you can't be both. I don't know how he looks without makeup. So, and that's the other thing too that women have to know is that these guys have on tons of makeup. They don't even look like this. They look like us, you right? We take off our makeup. You don't know me. You know, you take off their makeup and stuff. And so you really have to look at these dramas for what they're worth. Like, these are not normal men. These are men with makeup. These are men who've been poked and prodded and things like that, and to look good for this drama. So it always confused me when women would say, oh, I'm just going to go get one of those. And I'm like, well, that doesn't exist, but okay. And someone literally said that to me, like, I'm here for one of those. And I'm like, you won't get that.
No one does.
He doesn't even exist, and he knows it, and he ought to be ashamed. Sometimes I'm like, you guys ought to be ashamed yourselves, because some of this stuff is just too far-fetched, you know? And I'm to the point now where I can't even tell if it's AI anymore. So I do not support AI drama.
It's hard to tell difference when they already have so much makeup on.
So I'm just not watching dramas because I assume.
And a lot of them don't know how to act, especially the younger ones.
Yeah, exactly. The acting's not great on the verticals. It's very rare to get a good actor, but
right,
like a super good actor. So my favorite drama of all times right now is Legend of Shinli. Zhao
Li.
Yes. Oh my gosh. I love her in historical dramas. I don't watch her other dramas. If she's in a historical drama, you can just watch it. Don't even, you know.
So the Legend of Shinli is 与凤行.
I cried like a baby, and my kids were looking at me weird. Oh, and that's another thing. So I have grown-up kids who also watch dramas.
I think you like the Legend of Shenli's male lead.
Nope.
You don't like him?
Stella, you and I talked about it. He did not age well. He played a male lead from her.
No.
But he looks very similar to Hans Zhang to me.
No, he doesn't.
Okay, that's offensive now.
Yeah, he does not. No way. He's got a different body shape. Like, I don't like his. So I shouldn't say things like this, but I don't like the way his body is shaped. He's like tall, but he's also like kind of. He's got like little breasts. I hate that when men have breasts like that. You know.
Yeah, he definitely does not work hard enough exercising and keep his body shape.
Yeah. So one of the things that I realize as someone who's a little overweight, if I want to date outside of my race, regardless, Asian, whoever, I gotta lose weight, because there is a standard. You can be a little overweight and be okay, but I personally am more attracted to guys who are thinner built. And I'm like, I'm totally not that. And I was talking to ChatGPT about this. I think that ChatGPT laughed at me, because ChatGPT even was like, because I was like, I like this kind of guy. And I'm like, totally opposite. And he was like, well, you're far from there.
From ChatGPT?
Yeah.
And ChatGPT suggested you to lose weight?
Well, ChatGPT echoed something you said earlier, which is you have very strict.
Very strict preferences.
Yeah, very strict preferences. And pretty much ChatGPT said I'll never date. Which is fine, but now that I'm able to like breathe a little bit more, and my company's moving and things like that, it's funny how even I find myself slipping back into the world of what ifs with AMBWs, and what if with this, and looking at the dramas. And that's why it's starting to get weird, I think, too, because I'm starting to think about male-female relationships again. And when I see these 19-year-olds, I'm like, whoa, these 20-year-olds. And I'm like, whoa. That's weird now, because before I could enjoy it. Before I could enjoy it as this will never happen. And it's just TV. But now I'm starting thinking about male-female relationships. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is too much. So I find myself starting to even more change, restrict myself on what I'm watching, what I'm interested in. And I'm saying all of this because I was about to call that guy fat. And I was like, I am the pot calling the kettle. I can't really say that. That's what the whole full circle was for that reason. Because I was just saying, like, he didn't age well, and I don't like his look. I was like, well, you can't really, Sam, throw stones.
But he's an actor. This is part of his job.
His whole life is based on his brand, right?
Right.
And he is the brand. And he did not do well with that. So I didn't like the way he looked when he did Princess Agent aside, which was he was the male lead to her.
Whenever Sam talks about a show, and Amy and I started Googling, trying to figure out which one is it.
Yeah.
A Princess Agent. Okay.
Yeah. And he was he was the opposite of her. But you know who she married, though? She married
Feng Shaofeng.
Yeah.
And divorced.
Yeah. I kind of feel like they married for the kid. And I just, whatever. Because she was, I think, pregnant before they got married. But he's cute too. I like him as an actor, but I was reading so much bad stuff about his personality that I was like, I don't know if I can like him anymore. It's just like, I don't know if I can like that guy now. So I stopped doing that too. Like, because there's a lot of people who I was like, oh, he did tax fraud? And I'm like, can't like that guy.
Tax fraud is very, very common in China, right?
Well, it's apparently for actors, it's like super bad because you can be blacklisted for it.
It's not just tax fraud, but this actually frustrates my mom a lot because a lot of actors and actresses my mom or like older, like 30s, 40s, and they got banned, they got blacklisted. And now my mom has no show to watch from them.
Yeah. Me and your mom could probably have our own community together, the 30, 40 actors plus. So, you guys, what's the deal with the girls talking like babies?
There are a couple. Which one are you referring to?
It's a thing. It is. It's a thing. I hate it. I won't watch them.
I know two. Zhao Lusi, and the other one is Yu Shuxin, right?
What's her American name?
I don't know.
She makes Esther. Oh my gosh. I refuse to watch anything with her. Like, I see her and I'm like, nope. Could have been a good show if she wasn't in it. Like, I won't do it. I just can't.
Yeah, the baby talks.
Yeah, and Lucy is like, I don't know what happened to her. She went crazy.
Yeah, I think she was depressed.
Someone said she had like bipolar. I think she said something about bipolar and she was having manic episodes and she has some tax issues and her dad has some issues too. But that Esther, I am not gonna watch anything she's in. Never.
Where did you get all the gossips?
Black rabbit holes that I go down. I go down these black holes of MyDramaList. So I go down these black holes and I'm just like, oh my gosh, now I got to figure this out because this just happened and that happened. So I start like clicking on links and then doom scrolling. So I've slowed down now that I've gotten involved with the verticals because you can't keep up with them. They're so random. Like, you're not like,
yeah. So
you can't keep up with them. So I've slowed down on the gossip. I don't know what's going on anymore because I haven't watched like an hour-long drama in forever.
You also like Bai Lu, right?
Bai Lu, I love her. Yes, I love her. Because it was, if I had to pick, so for a while, it was neck and neck between her and Lucy.
You're going to hate me for this. Bai Lu has been very controversial lately.
Oh no, what'd she do?
Well, nothing specific, but, well, no tax fraud, not anything illegal. But
I'm going to go Google it now. So thanks for that. And then I won't like her anymore. Oh, well, there'll be another. But I'm running out because I have my 30 plus.
Yeah. Jolene is solid. She is solid.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody likes her.
Yeah. I don't like her modern stuff. I just like her historical stuff. So it's getting harder and harder. Neo is another one who's just really good looking. He's really good looking to me. Neo Ho. Eneohou. He's almost ridiculously good looking. Like, I worry about that.
Is it Hong Minghao? I'm just guessing now.
Yes. Oh my goodness. He's such a good looking guy. And he's really good acting. I like his shows. He's more of a fantasy historical drama. So there's that too. Like, there's that piece of historical dramas where it's like regular historical dramas that's more closely related to history, but still a work of fiction. And then there's the fantasy historical dramas where people are flying in trees and shooting stuff out of their hands. And
仙侠剧. It's like Amy is learning a lot about C-drama today.
Yeah. To be honest, a lot of them they look too similar for me to remember. I can only remember a couple that looks very different.
Yeah, I mean, like, because you put on all the makeup, they all look young, right? They're all like, that's the thing, young and more feminine. And tell me this. So I was reading on China News, and they're starting to ask people to stop doing that because men to be more masculine.
Oh, yeah. I think there was a policy.
And so then I started seeing a lot more shoulder pads.
Really?
Yeah, I heard about the shoulder pad too.
Just to be more masculine.
They don't work out.
No, so it was just weird quickly. And I'm like, what is happening with these shoulder pads, And it's like, it's really angular now. And then I started to, like, Leo Wu, he has this walk that he does. And I'm like, is this so massive? Like, he pokes his chest out and he walks like he can't get through doors. And I'm just like, is this a part of the, need to be more masculine thing that happened or what? Because I'm very confused. So I saw that and I was wondering when that was going to come down. So in the shorts, there's a lot of sexy time on the verticals. I don't know if you know this, but there's a lot of sexy time. And most of the time they start off with sexy time. Like, that's the first minute. The first minute is sexy time.
To get you hooked.
The first episode, that is.
That's what that's exactly what it works every single time. Works every time. So now what I saw was like these really thin guys, and then they don't show their face and they have their shirt off, and you can totally tell it's not them because it's like muscles and they just do not have it. What's so? Because I'm going to say it wrong again. Aikichi. They have a lot of homosexual products on there, and I thought, like, how do they get away with that? You know what I mean? Because, like,
环大陆. Because they cannot publish in mainland China, but they can produce it and publish it outside mainland China.
Oh, so it's not available in mainland.
Well, people find ways to watch them, but they're not like violating mainland policy by doing that. So it's like a workaround.
Oh, I mean, the amount that's out there and the thing that I watch, I'm like, nobody's paying attention. It's like somebody needs to audit here because I just like, you guys are not doing the right things. Again, going back to my own preferences is to watch heterosexual dramas. And it was getting harder and harder to find heterosexual dramas.
Oh, really?
After seeing so much C-drama, Asian drama, can you tell the difference between like Korean, Japanese, mainland Chinese, Taiwanese, just by looking at them?
Yeah, specifically for the historical dramas, because Korean historical dramas have a different kind of, like their clothing is different.
Right.
They have the thing on the back.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, they have that. And I've watched enough of that to also pick up enough words on Korean to immediately know, like, this is a Korean drama. So there's that. And the looks are different. And I'll say this, Chinese men have a more slender look. Their faces are more slender. And of course, the language and then the drama itself, because nobody does a vertical like Chinese vertical.
Yeah.
So if you're not doing vertical right now, I'm not even interested. So it's terrible, guys. I feel like this is equivalent to me being cooked on a drug because I'm like, I want to stop. I do, but I cannot.
Sam, do you read or write fan fiction of C-drama? Or is there any fan fiction of C-drama?
Yes, there is. And I thought about it. So like I see on I'm really interested. My daughter is starting to read a lot of web dramas.
Web dramas?
Which is the originator of a lot of the actual television dramas.
Are they translated or are they originally written in English?
Translated. Web dramas that are Chinese or Asian. There is a website that you can do those weekly releases and do like a drama like that. So I thought about doing that just to get back into writing. But I'm actually writing my second AMBW book right now. So that's fun. That's going to be cool. One of the things when you write stuff, it usually has something to do with you. So there is you or someone you hate in the book. This book that I wrote is about a Black lady. I know you guys are going to be shocked when I tell you this. So it's a Black lady whose kids are out of the house now. And she's starting to realize, it's not familiar at all. And she's starting to...
You still have to say it because that's the point.
And she's starting to the dating world. I don't know if this sounds familiar to you.
It does.
She's struggling with the idea of being too old and dating, and then also, of course, dating outside of her race, and then not having kids anymore, and then dating a younger guy. And then the guy on his end, he's Chinese, and he's struggling with the same dating outside of his race, dating someone who has kids. Again, like I love writing romance and looking at romance because it's the life you can't lead. You get to do things that you can't do.
Sam, in your Black women, Asian men novels, the main character that you created, are they the perfect Asian male type, or are they more like real life Asian?
I try to be real life. I try to capture the real life struggle that I've seen and experienced. And the one that I wrote is actually my best-selling book, the AMBW book. I have audiobooks that were purchased by Audible. Mm-hmm. That's my best-selling book, the AMBW.
Tell us the name of the book.
I don't know about that. I'll tell you guys offline. I definitely don't publicize. I let people find it on their own. But I will tell you too, and don't tell anyone else, because then your audience would be like, I read that book, you know. Yeah, it was good. Because like someone wrote a review saying they were crying while they were writing a review, and it was so good. And I was like, oh, I should probably write another book. So that book is like one of my best-selling books. So I like that book too. And it was really interesting because a lot of it was from my experience with the AMBW community, you know, what I heard and what I experienced. And you'd be surprised. These women were giving them money and everything.
Oh,
it was not good. Like, and I asked this one girl, I said, why are you giving him money? She goes, well, I don't have anything to do with that. I was like, well, save it. That's okay. You can save it. You can't put it in the bank.
I have a very random thought. I wonder if there's any like Black women, Asian women communities out there. I bet the ratio it might be better for compared to like Black women, Asian men.
Yep. I don't think anything could be worse than that. You know, I honest to goodness, I just don't. Just, aside from Indian men, Black women. I guess the only thing I think could be worse than that ratio. Like, oh my gosh. And it was so funny because like we had like people who were married, like Asian men married Black people, and they looked like the regular Facebook family, only posting the good pictures. So everyone was like, that's my dream. So it was like so funny because a lot of these girls would be like, I want to be like so-and-so. Look, she's so happy with her husband. And I'm just like, oh my God. You know what I mean? Like,
just like you said, like men are men.
Yes, they are men no matter what race you are. It goes back to just your preference. It really, right. I learned that through this whole journey with the AMBW. It's just like preference is a whole deal. And that's really what it all boils down to. Oh my gosh. It was just like, and then some girls were trying to take their husbands. Like, that's how bad it was. Like, these guys, I was like, oh.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
So there were girls like trying to take these women's husbands? Because she's like, well, we know he likes Black women, so you're just
Okay.
it was just too much. I was just like, now, mind you, that's not the whole of it all, but I'm just like anything, there's tea.
The craziness.
Yeah. But for a whole, like my very best friend on there, she and I we've known each other now for 10 or so years, and we met through there. Both of us were just kind of like, this didn't work out for us, but but you're cool, So, and then when we had the podcast, we brought on a lot of Asian men who we found in the groups. So that was interesting to get their take. But again, like I said, I feel like lots of the ones that are more academic, they were more, I don't think they'd marry a Black woman as a whole in general.
Wow. We learned a lot today.
Yeah, we were supposed to be talking about C-drama. I feel like we did.
Yeah, we did.
And I really appreciate the candid conversation because you don't get to have that. This is why I was so excited about this podcast, because it's hearing from you and us exchanging that information. It just, I feel like, creates that bridge. It gives us one step closer to creating a bridge between the two cultures. Lots of times it's just a matter of communication.
Yeah, I have been very excited for this episode because, like, even for Amy and myself, we have lived in the US for more than a decade, but still we were not aware of the communities and also the dynamics. And for our audience, I would say this is something entirely new to them as well. So thank you, Sam.
Yeah.
Again, like, find it flattering and not offensive is really, I think, a flattering thing to see two cultures come together and try to put aside the things that keep them apart to fight each other. And then for the C-dramas, I'm really excited that they are picking up speed over here, because it's good to have more than the Western point of view of things. Mm-hmm. One of the things I really appreciate about the culture is how Earth is tied to a lot of things, Earth animals, and how everything kind of comes together as a whole. One of the things I think we miss a lot here in America is that connection between Earth and us. We don't have that. We never had that. We never really cared a lot about Earth. I don't think we've ever as historically respected the animals that feed us and anything like that, the spirituality behind that. So I really appreciate that kind of stuff just personally. So therefore, I'm, of course, going to be more prone to see things like that in action. But for other people who don't appreciate that and they just like to watch drama, there's out there too, who just like, I like this drama. And I like this tea and I like this watermelon. So this is all fun. I just really enjoy it. I'm really happy to have this conversation and be enjoying you guys.
Yeah, I just hope we can bring more diversity, more qualified candidates to the Facebook group. Because there are people out there who likes Black women and they don't know about this group.
Yeah. So for our audience, if you are open to date outside your race, there's a Facebook. There are multiple Facebook groups out there.
It's a category you can be in.
Yeah. You can decide. I'm sure there's Asian men, Hispanic women, white women, Black women, all kinds of women. So you guys don't even know how popular you are.
Yeah, because from my angle, what I'm seeing is a lot of Asian men cannot find a partner.
Really?
Yeah.
In America?
In general, yeah, and they, among themselves, they say they are the lowest among all the race in terms of men, and they're not desired.
Yeah, that's what they say.
Yeah.
Studies have shown that, too, in the past. I've seen those studies as well say that they're undesirable.
But there's a group out there that's 5-to-1 ratio.
There are more than one groups out there.
So you gotta find the opportunity.
Yeah.
And if you're into wearing makeup and
if you want to be pretty, you know how many Taiwanese men, and I'm from Taiwan, they are getting a lot of plastic surgery. Not necessary surgery, but they are every 3 or 6 months, they will go to do a makeover, Botox.
Right. They want to look pretty.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they look exactly where the market wants.
Yeah, guys, you're in high demand.
Yeah, I don't know how prevalent the AMBW groups are now. I've been out of the game for 10 years now, but I'm sure they're still out there. That's one of the things that the girls in the group that I used to be a part of, they lost themselves to the fantasy. And I'm just like, that's not even reality, but they lose themselves there because none of us have been to China. How many Black people do you see visiting China? Not many.
That's true.
Yeah, all the ones that are there are already influencers.
Mm-hmm.
The vloggers we have seen are mostly white.
In Taiwan, if you're Black and you can speak Mandarin or even Taiwanese, everybody knows you.
Really?
It's very small, and you're likely like one of the 3 people that are like that in the community, and everybody knows you.
Yeah, I would assume that. I assume that anywhere because it's you're the minority of the minority.
This is true story. I went to a cafe in Taipei, and a Black man walks in, and my friend told me his name. I'm like, oh, do you know him? And she's like, oh, no, yeah, I saw him on Instagram. He's the Black guy here.
He's our neighborhood Black guy.
Yeah.
Well, and I could see that. But for the number of women in these groups, you don't see them ever actually going to mainland China. So they're using everything they know off of TV as their access point. And they're getting so confused about what they should be what's real and what's fake, and what they're putting up with a lot more because they want to be a part of that culture. Like, I'm telling you, I saw, and we created the podcast, me and my best friend, because we wanted to encourage women in that community to do better.
Yeah.
We wanted them to care about themselves. And oh my gosh, I have so many stories of these guys having multiple women, and they're all aware of each other, and they're all fighting over each other to get this guy, and I'm just like, oh my gosh. And he's like leading them all on. Like, that happened so much.
I think it's really supply and demand. They are 5 to 1.
They can take advantage of it, so they take advantage of it.
Yeah, the guys saw the opportunity there in that group, which is why I said earlier, all the guys who are even just have a little bit interest in Black women should join the group, so it's more balanced. Yeah.
And not even that. Like, it's even worse. It's worse than 5 to 1 because you have so many people who are dormant.
Right.
So it's the people who are active. The ratio is even worse because it's like maybe there's 3 active guys and each guy has like 10 girls.
Mm-hmm.
They are just making out like fat cats over there. And they all don't have jobs. I remember people talking to me. So like when people figured out that I was a lawyer or whatever, they assumed a lot of things. So I remember guys reaching out to me at the handfuls of, hey, what are you doing? And I'm like, what do you do for a living? I'm a producer. Sorry, no. Oh, I got my own thing going. I'm a clothing artist or something like that. Like a lot of guys who just were not up to par. And I don't want to sound bougie, but it's just kind of like, I'm not going to date someone just because you're an Asian guy that I wouldn't date. Nor I just do not do that. It's not about that. But we had so many women, I think, in that group who were like, I'll date you. Your clothing line and all. So there's a lot of women who are willing to take that risk and give them money and do all these things because they wanted this adventure or they wanted this feeling. And I think maybe too, that's also what it goes to.
Yeah, that group needs more qualified candidates.
This is true. Or I think like the qualified candidates are not interested in that kind of group too.
I'm sure there are. They're just not aware of.
They don't know they are qualified.
Mm-hmm. Well, thank you, ladies, for having me on. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Sam.
Thank you, Sam.
For being quite eye-opening.
All right, ladies. Thanks so much. I appreciate it.